good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Oh, well, Kelly, I see you rocking and rolling with that book, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You must be so happy.
I am very thankful.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
She is amazing, isn't
So
she?
thankful.
I'd say, Gertrude, I say, man, I haven't seen Kelly smile so much. Every time I look at her, she's smiling and smiling.
I know, it's
I
like
am so happy.
so cool. So
yeah, I'm
cool.
so happy. Yeah.
How's your new
Well,
computer,
good,
Kelly?
good.
How's the new computer?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Faster.
I gave my old one to my nephew.
Okay, he must have been happy.
He's so stoked. He's 10 and he's 10 years old and has an Apple iMac computer.
Oh my gosh. He must have been pleased.
Yeah, but I had mine for 8 years. So I had it for a good time.
I love it.
Good time.
Each is getting better and better
My
today. I said your presentation is really improving.
Oh, thank you.
But did you see what I meant about your eye line? You're looking up to look at your notes above the computer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes, so we have to find a way of changing that.
Yeah.
Because what you could do is just have the PowerPoint open on your screen, because that way you're looking directly at your screen and not having to look up.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that's left for you to kind of memorize it as much as you can, and then just work on where your eyes are, because it's quite distracting when you're looking up to your notes. And
yeah, I just don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, no, it's just where you put the notes. It's where you hide the notes so people don't actually see that you're reading. That's what we need to improve.
Yeah.
And the other missing thing, Kelly, is I still don't see 3 things that people can do at the end. You need to summarize the speech and say something like, if life knocks you back, don't ever give up. Number 1, when you find yourself on the edge and thinking, I'm going to give up on what I'm trying to do, give them 3 steps. Things that you've done for yourself not to give up. At the very end, that's still not there. That's your call to action.
What about love yourself first and everything will fall into place?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very nice one. What else?
I had them on it. I thought.
It's not very tight, so that's something for you to work on. And Onyx, I haven't heard any of your presentations yet. Do you have a 2-minute for me? You can email through? Pip?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Getty?
I said, I haven't seen your 2-minute audition video yet. Have you worked on it?
Yes, I have worked on it.
And where is it?
But I don't like it. I don't like it, Getty. I don't like it.
So send it through so I can give you some feedback. It gets better when someone hears it, tells you where to tweak it, and you go back. Send through what you have done. Let me have a look. Kelly's been bombarding me with videos every 2 minutes. I think I've reviewed 50 of her videos.
I love, listen, I said, Getty, I say, I love Kelly because she keeps you so preoccupied. You don't think about me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Kelly can do that.
Thank you, Kelly.
There are days when I have to say, Kelly, this is too much. Stop.
So sorry.
No,
How about the best? How about the best thing that you can do is master the chaos in you?
The best thing that you can do is master the chaos in you. Yeah, that's a good one. Again, it's kind of going back to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is never give up. Maybe those three, if you put those three, that would tie it up really nicely. Yeah. So it's love yourself first.
And everyone, yeah.
And the second one, the best thing you can do is to master yourself first. And then never give up.
Master the chaos.
Master the chaos.
Yeah.
Master the chaos.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so add that to the end of your speech. And then that will really tie up the call to action, okay? Then re-record it and I will look at it today.
Today?
Yeah, if you want to, or tomorrow. Or tomorrow, whatever
No, I'll do it today.
Okay, good.
Today is fine.
That's awesome. Hey, Narissa, welcome to the call.
Hey.
How are things going with you in Australia?
Good. Very rainy, cloudy day today, but up here, no, it's like progressing well. I've got my 3rd chapter done for the book.
Okay.
So I'm doing it week by week. So each week I get a chapter done and send it off.
Yes.
Every weekend. So yesterday I sent off chapter 3. So it's quite therapeutic writing a book. I'm realizing it's like
it's
free
very
therapy.
Cathartic. Very healing. You're right. You feel justified.
That's right. And you know how you talk about making sure that people are okay with the content, that you're not going to upset anyone, or so I've been like through the course kind of checking in with the people that I'm going to be talking about in the book, and allowing them input into how we talk about it. And whenever I mention them, like I share that paragraph with them to say this is how I'm talking about it, let me know. And one came back and said, yeah, that's fine. Another one said, all right, let's see how it plays. And then the other one had some changes. So it's been good in that way as well, to kind of just engage with people on the topic that, that I've never spoken to these people about. So
it's good to have their buy-in.
Yes, definitely.
Especially if they're
and they've been very good about it. Yeah. And they've been quite open in the sense of, kind of saying, thank you for reaching out to me. Like, thank you for, because I could have just done it without
telling anyone.
Yeah, but it's the right thing to do to reach out to them. And so they've been very appreciative of the fact to say, like, thank you for letting me know. And I'll have to work out how in a different way, kind of how to tackle some stuff. So it doesn't reveal who the other people are.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. That level of sensitivity is good. I think people will appreciate it when the book comes out, that you took all of that into account.
Yeah, yes. So that's progressing. And then I spoke with you in terms of how I want to, my November 3 with me, that I do the series. I want to talk about the book and talk about, the 3 words that, transform my life, and use that to like launch the book as part of the video.
Yes. That's awesome. That is fantastic. You sound like you're on track. You're very driven and very systematic in your approach to things.
I'm glad it comes across like that, because in my head I think, oh my God, I'm so disorganized. So I'm glad it comes across as being me being organized.
No, it does. It does. It's really nice to watch.
Oh, thank you. But I have to book the call with you. Hello, come say hello. This
Oh,
is my
yes,
little
your branding. Who's
Ruffles.
that?
Hello.
Oh.
Yes, I have to book my branding call
Okay.
with you.
Yes.
So I'll do that today. I'll get on your link. Do I need to prepare anything for it?
Get all of your material together. You've watched the branding video.
Oh, I might have to rewatch it again before.
Yeah. So
before I do it, and I'll book the call.
So let me share with you what I expect you to have by the time we talk.
Okay, that'd be good. Yeah.
On a second. Oops. One. And the same applies to you, Kelly. We haven't gone through your branding yet.
No.
Okay, so I'll show both of you. So, and even you, Pip, I don't have your stuff done. I know that you've already worked on your brand in a bit of detail, but so I want you guys to think of the words that best describe you as a brand. So this is my Her Story branding.
Yes.
So it's all about the feminine, the power of story, inspiring, wild, fiery, connection, flowing, happy, creative, empowering, collaboration, sharing, and legacy are the main words that came for me. And the ones that are in the bigger text are the main words that really resonate with the soul of the Her Story circle. So you do the same thing. You talk to family and friends. You ask people, what 3 words best describe me? Get that collection of words together. Then you pull out the ones that resonate with you the most. Okay? Just send me the words.
Is there like a software you do this on?
I mean, we'll do it for you. There is some software, but if you just send me the words and highlight in priority, which are the main ones. So when you put them in a Word document, the 6 main ones, write them in a bigger font, and then the next 6 in a smaller font, then the next 5, okay? And then you go onto Pinterest and you Google those words. You look for images that represent those words. So I talked about the feminine. You can see I have a lot of feminine female figures. I talked about it being fiery and wild. So what ended up happening with this mood board is that my branding colors came out of this as well. The word legacy, I was thinking of infinite possibilities, that things can go on. And I love the infinity sign because I'm actually writing a book called Nothing Plus Nothing Equals Everything. So if you put 2 zeros together, you get the infinity sign. So I could have an idea and no money and meet up with somebody who's got money and no ideas. And if we come together, there's infinite possibilities. And that's the whole collaboration aspect of Her Story. So I look for all of these elements that represent the words that I've selected for the essence of the branding values. You can see the word creative, flowing, happy, sharing. That's represented by this mood board. So if you go onto Pinterest, type in those words, see what images come up. You might have to say feminine art. You know, you might have to use the word art to bring up the right words on Pinterest. And then what came out of that are my branding colors. So every color has got a hex code. So if you say to me, Gertrude, I like red, yellow, pink, and blue, I don't know if it's this shade of yellow or a sunshine shade. This is more a gold yellow. So that things don't get lost in translation between you and my graphics designers to put this document together, send me those pictures. And then what comes out of that is the logo concepts. So we worked on some logo ideas. I definitely wanted the feminine figure to be represented in some way. But this is the logo I've ended up with. Because we're a global organization, the circle was crucial for me. I've got my infinity sign in there. All of the lines are the global connections. All the little dots are representing the women within the network. And the colors are that dark red and the gold. So that's the new Her Story logo. Now, the beautiful thing about Pinterest, and I'll just go back and go into Pinterest and show you how you can work with it.
Thank you.
Because it's such a visual platform, it will pull out images that represent whatever it is you're looking for. So let's see here. Here we go. So if you're in Pinterest and you type in the words color palettes, it pulls out a set of boards that have 6 colors that are complementary. I think it's a little bit slow because I'm not at home. The connection here is not so good, but it'll take a minute. Mm-hmm. And this is what I mean. The beautiful thing is they will find you colors that complement each other already. Like if there is a particular shade of yellow that you like, you might type in the words yellow color palettes, if yellow is the main color. But you would never guess to put this combination of colors together. That gray and the different shades of yellow. So you just save the pin, right-click, save as, save it to your desktop, and then you email that image to me. And that's why I love using Pinterest. You can see that the homework is all done for you. It's easier than trying to describe the exact shade of red, yellow, pink, or green you like, because I will never know. But in this way, we can at least try to replicate it. And then if there are any images that you like for your logo, it could be a butterfly, it could be a dragonfly, it could be a flower. What kind of logo captures the essence of your brand? I'll show you what I did for my personal brand. I'll just stop sharing this. So when I started looking at my branding, I looked at people that I admire, that I really like. Oprah is my hero, and Oprah is the brand. When you look at everything that she has done, her image, everybody knows what Oprah looks like, right? So I thought I could do something similar. And instead of creating a logo, I used the stamp of my own picture as the logo. Then I wrote my name with a capital G and a capital R, because people always say Gertrude and not Getrude. Mm-hmm. I picked this background image. I just went into Google and I typed in African patterns. I used that for my branding. And the colors I ended up with are these really earthy African tones. It's the reds, the oranges, the yellows, the brown, the black. And I picked 2 branding patterns. I then looked for my fonts. So I've got the Hermit and the Gothic. So choose 2 or 3 fonts that we can work with. And then we'll put all of this together for you. Then when you're designing a brochure or a flyer or a banner, we give this to your graphics people, and they use that document. It's now a working document, so you have that brand consistency. So let me share a lady who's done this really well. Audria Richmond is a great example of an extremely strong brand. I'd love you to check her out all over the internet on social media. This is Audria, and this is her website. Her logo is her first name is written in that stylized font, and then Richmond is written in a normal font. But she's got the pink, she's got this turquoise blue, she has purple, green, orange. Her brand colors are so strong and vibrant. These are her book covers. Can you see how that's transferred onto her book covers? There's another book she's written. There's a third one. And that's Audria. You can't mistake who she is. Her branding colors are just so vibrant. I'm not saying you have to choose vibrant colors. If it's not part of how you feel, you don't just do it to copy someone else. It has to resonate with you. But what has happened with Audria is if you look for her on, say, Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, you can identify her. Her brand is so strong. Let me find her on another platform. Let's see, let's go to Instagram. We'll then use that combination of colors to create your banners on all of your social media platforms. So there's Audria. It is very slow because of the internet connection. But can you see, there she is. Strong brand colors. Everything she posts, she has her colors. There is no mistaking that it's her. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So that's what we're working towards when we talk about creating a consistent brand. You're showing up online through social media, and people can actually identify your brand. It's extremely empowering to watch people who have strong brands. Kate Coy is a lady I'm doing an online Instagram with. If you're looking for inspiration, Kate is great. Let me find her on Instagram. The course is called the Instagram Makeover. It was about $300, but so worth it. I'll show you what she looks like on Instagram, and she really takes you through step by step how to post, how to create your Instagram presence, your profile. So I'm busy working on this course to rebrand the Her Story conference. So you can see her colors are very muted. That gentle pink. She works a lot with black and white. But what I notice is she has this image here, which is a mixture of colors. She has this splashy thing. And then when she writes or posts in one color, it's always this teal blue. So again, you can't mistake it's her. And everything of hers is very neat. You know, this doesn't fit me. I'm crazy and creative, but her stuff, you can tell is one of those very neat people. So little things like that say a lot about you, who you are as a brand. So you have to kind of find your feet and work out how you're going to represent yourself online.
And this whole process, Gertrude, like, you know, we're starting out, so I guess, you know, it might change over the years as well as you keep progressing. Do you feel that? Like,
nothing is static. You know, you start somewhere. If you see the way I had branded Her Story last year when I started the business, it was just all over the place. And then after a year, I just decided, no, this isn't quite what I want. You can always go back and revise it, but you have to start somewhere. But if you look at Kate, I've just Googled her in Google Images. She's very consistent. Very, very consistent in how she shows up. And that's what you're aiming for. You don't want to get lost. Remember that you're competing with so many other people out there. What's going to make you pop? What will make people remember you? I've been very fortunate in that part of my branding is the vibrant African colors. So even without rebranding myself, you can always tell that it's me. Does that make sense? I'm always wearing my African clothes, and I always go for color. Bright colors. So at any step of the way, I can recreate myself, but I stick to the same African brand so I don't get lost. And that's when I talked about the digital footprint, that I really want you guys to aim at creating a digital footprint. So Mary, welcome to the call. How are things going with you? You're muted.
Well, thank you. I actually met up with one of the gals that are going to be speaking, Patricia, and we're going to meet up. I just get to see her network. When time comes around, I think she's very committed with me. So I'm excited about meetup. She doesn't know that it's going to be in November. I met her mother, and it was just at another women's function. That's why I got home late. But it's been good. I feel a little bit lighter. It's like I'm starting to really see more and more behind the scene what you want done like this, because I get lost in, well, which project is which one, because you were doing so many things.
Yes.
And remember, I'm always asking what or which is which. So I did get lost a little bit, but I feel like with what Alex is doing with you is just amazing.
I'm glad you guys are getting value with Alex's input, because he takes this to another level.
Exactly.
You know, I hadn't thought about the competition amongst the speakers in us pushing this event out through social media, because our strength with Her Story lies in our numbers. We have 100 women pushing it through social media. It's going to be a phenomenal event. I hadn't even thought of that. Because it's saying to me, Gertrude, you don't have to worry too much about marketing and promoting. The women who are part of the movement are going to push it out. And yeah, now I've got a very clear strategy. So As from Monday, I'm starting to confirm everybody who's speaking, telling you your speaking slot and the date. And then your job is to push it out into your networks and let's get the ball rolling and use social media as much as we can to get the message out. Yes, Mary?
I have a question, because to be brand consistent, obviously you're building something. So do we consistently use the same material you give us first?
Which material are you talking
to start?
about? Which material are you talking about in terms of her story?
The brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I will give you
Excuse me.
content.
Okay.
We are busy. I'll show you what we're creating right now in terms of the speakers who have already registered. So those of you who have not emailed me your photos, I think, Narissa, I need a photo from you. Linda, I think I might have one from last year, but if you want to update that, let me know. And yeah, Onyx,
is it just the photo, Gertrude? Or something else, yes?
Say that again.
I said, is it just the photo or there was something else we had to fill for you? Was it just the photo? I can't remember.
It was the photo, your bio, everything that's on my herstorycircle.com website. Just go in there and upload things to that site, then my VA can pick it up. So this is what we're trying to do with each of the speakers. To create a banner that has the Her Story logo on it and your location.
Okay. Okay.
And what I'm going to do is ask each of you to chair a session. So there'll be 5 speakers in each session. Mary, you would be chair.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah. See, Lauren's already given us her picture. And some of the other ladies that you haven't met. Mary, I'm going to use that one if you're okay with it. I think that's the last picture you sent me. And then what I'm doing is introducing you.
I got curly hair now. But...
Say that again, Mary.
I said I got curly hair by mistake.
Yes, I will start introducing you guys to each other based on the locations. So you can start interacting. What would be nice, Mary and the ladies in Australia, if you are near each other and you can be together on the day of the conference, that would be a nice thing as well, so people can meet in person if it's possible. I know that Leslie has a small office in Australia. She's not joining us on this call today because she's out promoting her story at a marketplace. But she's going to have it in her office. She can have about 10 people there. So they'll come and they'll each speak one after the other and broadcast it out. So if you can connect, I think that would be really nice instead of being in remote locations.
Exactly. I had hoped to do that, but I just needed to finalize the date. And that's what I've been trying to connect with.
Okay.
So once I know for sure the exact date, I'll send messages out. And actually, I wanted to do some Zoom call with people just to get them kind of stirred up.
Yes.
And
in fact, Leslie has started doing meetups with people. So she's organizing meetup groups and people are meeting with her in physical spaces. So yeah, be creative. Let's make this fun. People are feeling very isolated at the moment. So we can connect and engage. That would be awesome.
So Gertrude, how do we know who is in our area?
I will
in Central Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I have a lot of people in Texas. I'll start making introductions as they confirm. That's what we're working on this week. 18 people in each location. So in the US, we're going to have a conference on the Pacific Coast, Mountain Time, somewhere in the middle, or Mountain or Central and East Coast. So there'll be 3 events. In Australia, I think we've got 4. and in New Zealand we have 2. So as I am confirming people, I'll put you in groups and start making group introductions so you can connect. So as far as your presentations are concerned, Linda, welcome to the call. Do you want to check in and let us know where you're at?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you, Linda.
Hey, sorry it's so long. Where I'm at, I'm here. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where I'm at right now. I'm
I know you're back at work, so things have been a little bit hectic.
Yeah, I at the beginning of the year, I was ready to just let go of my teaching 100% and focus fully on my life coaching. Over the last couple of months, I've been drawn back into the high school area, and I'm working back with the high school students that I haven't been working with for 10 years, and I've fallen in love again with my job. And I feel like I've completely changed, like with my life coaching and everything, just bringing that in with the teenagers, and I feel a whole different connection. And I was just looking at my bio, and my bio, I need to tweak it because I feel like I can walk the 2 paths side by side. Actually, I kind of feel like the universe is telling me something. So being able to walk alongside the teaching with the high school and with my life coaching, what I'm trying to do, yeah, I feel like there's been a huge shift. So yeah, but I have been running my online course. I've written my very first 6-week online course, and I've just delivered that. Nice. And yeah, I feel really positive about that too. So yeah, I feel like a caterpillar.
It sounds like it's full on.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you for being my constant.
We're here for you, Mary. We're here for you as you're figuring it out. It's good sometimes to get away from your job, just to figure out what you really want to do sometimes. Maybe that's what you needed to do.
Well, I thought it was the teaching I didn't want anymore, but I think it was the age group that I just needed to change.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. And everyone else hates the 13 and 14-year-olds, but something special about them.
Oh, that's
maybe
awesome.
That's where I'm stuck maturity-wise.
Well, that's good. Now, before I release the next lot of videos for the coaching program, I always just want to check in and see where everybody's at. I don't like to release them too fast, otherwise people get into that sense of overwhelm. Nerissa, I know you were moving through them pretty fast. Are you ready for the next lot, or do you guys want me to hold off? Where is everybody at?
I'm ready I've watched them all, Getty.
Okay. Nerissa?
Yeah, I'm ready for them. Yeah, like they can, I think what I like is that different bits of your videos help in different aspects of what we're doing.
Yes.
So even if I'm not at this stage that I'm really going to be doing that aspect, there's something else that I can use from it into what I'm currently doing. And I feel like that helps me along the way.
Okay. All right. So you'll get the next lot on Friday. We've just finished editing. I'll get them out to everybody on Friday.
Yeah.
And self-paced, you just move at it at your own pace, work through it, as you need it.
And the session from last night, Alex, when would you be posting Alex session?
WhatsApp group. Did you all see it?
Okay.
That's in the WhatsApp group already. And all of the PDFs that he shared, they're in the WhatsApp group.
I tend to kind of lose things in the WhatsApp group because there's so much happening.
Yeah.
So if we get to sign up to the Her Story YouTube,
yes,
is all this content on there?
It's all on there. So what I do is I download all of Alex's videos and I put them in the YouTube group. They are unlisted
Okay.
because they're only accessible to you guys. So if you don't see them, let me know, because I don't quite know how YouTube works. But I think you should be able to view them there.
Okay.
If you need me to send
I
you
think
the
if
link,
it's unlisted, Gertrude, you might have to send us the link.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll send you the link, because unlisted means you have to have the link to view it, right? I'll send you the link.
Yes.
All of them are on that YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Well, you know, Gachi, I have had several friends to give me 3 words, best 3 words to describe me. And 4 out of the 5 said the same identical thing. And when I read it, it was like there was a slight feeling of disappointment there.
Oh, why?
I'm like, wow, come on. Oh, well, you know, I just felt some kind of way, as we say. I was feeling some kind of way. And I'm like, but wow, I was hoping for, this is me, and I have to get outside of myself, you know. I'm hoping for a variety of different things, you know, exuberant, you know, exhilarating, all these, you know, how I feel about myself.
Yes.
And I'm trying to project my words onto them. And I was really feeling some kind of way. So when I get in that mode, I just stop and I say, just sit still. And then it came to me, consistency. I am consistent with everyone in the same way. Okay. And then I began to get peace with that. Because at first I wasn't feeling peace with it, but then I realized how people see me.
Yes.
And I show up for everybody the same way.
Right.
So I accepted that, but they all said I was focused, determined, and compassion.
Okay, those are nice words.
I mean, seriously. Well, they are, but you know, so as I'm going outside of my circle, I got to get some more words, you know, but I really sat with it, and then I began to look at myself, and I see where when I set out, I'm very focused, you know, and I do have a lot of compassion for people. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm determined. Nothing defeats me. So I'm at peace with that. I just wanted to share that with you.
The other thing about personal branding, regardless of what people say, if it doesn't feel right for you, it doesn't mean you have to take those words. It's the essence of you, how you feel is more important. But asking other people helps you look at yourself differently as well, like what you've just done, reflecting on your way of being and how other people perceive you. But remember, it's a personal brand, and it has to feel right for you. You have to resonate with it. It has to be the essence of you. So you might end up with your vibrant, whatever other words that you describe yourself as, being the ones that show up in the bigger text.
Absolutely.
Of what you want to put out to the world, how you want to be perceived. That's important. It is interesting when you start getting other people to give you words, because we all have this internal thing of how we feel we are, and we think that that's being projected out to the world. And then you start hearing something different, and you're like, hold on a second, that's not quite me.
I'm like, what? No way.
It was very interesting to see, because I did it with like a range of people, like people I've been to like school with, uni with, and that now I know. And it's really interesting to see how different they are, because I've changed as a person over time. Yes. And just to see how different the 3 words are from before to now.
Interesting.
Very interesting exercise.
It is an interesting exercise. It's fun. It's fun because you discover aspects of yourself that you probably take for granted as well. Because you just do what you do. You're not conscious of your way of being. Linda.
This is this is something I've completely missed. I haven't sort of, I've been seeing lots of comments about these 3 words to describe you, and I was reading all Kelly's as well and shared with Kelly some that I got from her. But I've managed to miss this little part. So could I have a little fill in on what the purpose is for this?
So at the beginning of this video, there's details on how you do it. So you can watch the replay, but I'll explain again. So put on Facebook, whatever social media platform you're on, what 3 words do you think best describe me? And get people to give you that feedback. And out of that, you're going to be able to identify the essence or the core values of your brand. You yourself as a person being put out into the marketplace as a brand. And so I shared at the beginning of this video the branding process that I went through in terms of the Her Story conference and how I'm rebranding it. And the words that came up for Her Story were feminine, the power of story, wild, inspiring, fiery, connection, flowing, happy, creative, empowering, sharing, collaboration, and legacy. So out of that, I then went on to Pinterest and I looked for images that represent those words, Linda. And we'll create a mood board. So you're just saving these images and you'll email them to me and we'll put all of this together. So on this mood board, I went into Pinterest and I typed in fiery images. And so I had these women dancing to fire. I typed in feminine women and these beautiful, elegant young ladies showed up. And out of this mood board, I was able to come up with my branding colors as well. Because I would never normally look at blue as a color. I don't like blue. I don't wear blue a lot. But as a contrasting color behind an image, it's really quite stunning. So the next step was to create or pull out the colors that will go with my branding and work out the hex codes. And then we worked on creating the logo for Her Story. So I wanted something with a feminine image to it. And this is the one that I have decided on. The circle represents the Her Story circle and that we're global. The infinity sign is really quite curvaceous, almost like a feminine figure. But infinity represents, for me, infinite possibilities. Because when you put 2 zeros next to each other, nothing plus nothing equals everything. And then you can see all of the connections that we're having globally. The little dots are all the women in the circle. So that's what we're kind of trying to work towards, Linda, is to brand you as an image, to brand you as a commodity or a product.
Cool. Cool, thank you.
I really like what you came up with, the globe and
the infinity
sign.
The one
on the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do with all of you, so that you really stand out. And if you watch this recording from the beginning, I showed people examples of some really strong brands. And then you start applying this to all of your social media platforms, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, wherever you are on social media, you have to be consistent. You have to be showing up with the same colors, the same fonts, so that there's that brand consistency and people really take you seriously as a business.
So I have a question. Mm-hmm. Are you saying this, we're working on our own individual brand, or?
It's your own individual brand. Who are you as a speaker?
Okay, got it. Because I wasn't sure if we're incorporating, but how do we do when we incorporate in promoting Her Story?
That
Should
you
we be?
actually leave to me. I'm working on her story.
Okay.
I give you the brand images so that what's
Okay,
going
got
out to the public is the same. Yeah.
Okay,
All
that's
focus
what I
is on
wanted.
yourself. So there's two things here, Mary. You know, you and
Right.
Linda have put up your hands to chair an event, but I will give you what content to push out through social media.
Okay, got
And
it.
then in the meantime, you're working on your own personal brand. Who are you as a speaker?
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, I send my stuff to you. Maybe it wasn't complete.
It's not quite complete. Yeah, I was going to have that conversation with you. It does need to be fleshed out a little bit more. But I did see what you sent. It's a good start.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got some more new information, so I'll work on it a little more.
Okay.
But I'm actually more excited about working on the book that you asked me to write.
Yes.
I'm really excited about it. So
that's awesome. That is awesome. Nerissa, you have a question?
Yeah, Gertrude, just about the personal branding, you know how you showed us the Her Story one and then the Gertrude one?
Yes.
It's similar, like I want to have two, because like my theme and my kind of coaching logo that I want to go in with is called Growing Through.
Okay.
And the grow and the through sit over, so the O and the U come, and then there's a Y on the top, so it's like you growing through.
Yes.
But then I also want, because as a speaker, that's not the brand that they're going to see. This, like, as a speaker, I need to have mine, like Nerissa Trindad, like my name.
Yes.
So through this, am I able to work on two different
ones? You can work on both. And I'll tell you, it's very good to separate yourself from your business brand, because you never want to be too tied into your brand. A lot of women go into business without an exit strategy. What I'm trying to create right now for Her Story is a way to replicate it without my being there. So it can stand on its own. I can sell it as a business entity. A lot of women go into business and they tie the whole business to themselves. Then they're so infused in the brand. If they're missing, the brand can't continue. It can't live without you. So it's really important to create a very strong entity that can stand on its own. Because you don't know, you might get sick, you might be disabled, you might want to sell the business. It has to be able to stand on its own legs. And that's what I'm trying to teach all of you guys. Because you'll find that as we keep going and you start creating your own intellectual IP, like Mary is writing this book, she could develop a process out of the book that other practitioners can use. Now she has artifacts, she has products that go with her business brand that can be sold without her. And that's when you really start to leverage on your ideas, your intellectual IP, is being able to package it so you can sell it separately. Processes can be packaged and sold so somebody else can duplicate and replicate what you do. That's really important, because a lot of times people go into the speaking business and they're just exchanging their hours for dollars. They get a speaking gig here, they get a speaking gig there. They might go for 3-6 months without anyone inviting them to speak, you know, on a paid platform, and then they suffer. Yet there's so many ways of making money as a speaker. So many ways. And Pip, I need to talk to you because I've just stumbled on an opportunity in Brazil. I know you have quite a few connections in Brazil. There's a young BBC reporter who found my TED Talk, and she interviewed me and put out a thing on Ubuntu in Brazil. I have been inundated by people from Brazil. They're finding me through LinkedIn. She's got about 90,000 views on this video, and I'm the expert. I'm like, holy shit, where did this come from? And fortunately, I had my book translated, the first 3 chapters into 9 languages when I last went to the Frankfurt Book Fair. I was trying to sell my book in other languages. So I now have the book. The first 3 chapters are written in Portuguese. And so I was in Australia has read the chapters, and she says, look, we need to tweak it because it's Portuguese, not Brazilian Portuguese. So I need to go back and have it updated. But I have opened up a whole new world in Brazil, and Brazil has the highest Black population out of Africa. And this philosophy is being taught in universities in Brazil. So a whole new world has opened up for me in the last 3 weeks because of this little BBC reporter who found me through my TED Talk. And that's what I mean about the power of TED. Now I have to learn Portuguese. I'm going to be doing this. And then one of the speakers who came on board last week is another Brazilian girl in Melbourne. So I was talking to her. She's actually doing a philosophy course in African philosophy. So she's introduced me to her professor. I'm now going to do an online African philosophy course because I am writing a book on Ubuntu, but I'm just writing it from personal experience. I'm not an academic, but I know I can get there if I want. So my whole world is going in a fascinating direction right now.
Oh, Debbie, but you are in academia. You are.
I need the papers. I need that degree. I need.
I know what you're saying.
It's exciting though. So girls, we have to refine your TED Talks.
They're going to give you an honorary degree.
That's what I need.
Like a rock star.
Yeah, I am so excited about this. I'm just so stoked.
Wow, that's
because it opens up a whole new world. So I need somebody who speaks Portuguese, Pip, who could translate the whole book for me into Brazilian Portuguese. If you know anyone, please let me know.
I would reach out to some people.
A couple of months ago with a university in Slovakia, and it was just a 1-hour lecture. They paid me €2,500 to just do a lecture online for a university. And universities are looking for guest speakers right now, ladies. They're looking for people with voices. And it could be a personal story that you become a guest lecturer in feminine studies department. There's so much we can be doing from where we are. Sorry, Mary.
Is the first step, I'm sorry, is the first step, does it has to be TED Talk first?
It's a starting point, Mary. You look for those speaking opportunities everywhere with an aim to get on the TED platform, because it just changes people's whole perceptions of who you are. TED has got such a strong brand. They know that if you get on the TED platform, you're worth listening to. And that's why we're aiming for that. And my vision is to create Her Story to become the go-to place for female speakers. That's what I'm working on with Her Story. So work on it.
I feel like I can die doing this.
Yeah, and why not? And it's fun, right? It's not work. We're doing what we love. We're inspiring. We're uplifting each other. That's what this is for me. And I mean, that's why Bill Gates is Bill Gates and Steve Jobs is Steve Jobs. Those guys don't go to work. They work in their passion. They're doing the things they're passionate about, and they're making money while they do it. Why can't we do the same?
Well, I told my patients, pretty soon you won't see me anymore. Just go buy my books or watch my talk. I said, I'm tired of listening how sick you are all the time. And at some point, I can't help you, you know? And then they send their husbands. And now I go, even the husbands, you know, there's going to be a transitioning coming. And so they're actually, my patients are the one that's watchful. So I said, part of speaking is healing. Do you guys not know that?
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to interview my husband because he said, no. So I said, I'm going to interview you and write the book for you so that both our names are on there. He said,
oh, nice.
So, for instance, he's a palliative physician. He's got so much that people need to know as far as caregiver and all that. So now he's saying, maybe, because he said he wants to be a hillbilly. And I said, no, you're going to be an author with me.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
I like the hillbilly goal. I like that goal.
Guy.
Well, as a retired doctor, all he wants is to be like a lumberjack, a hillbilly. So he's hiding.
You can be an academic hillbilly with you writing the books.
Well, actually, I told him, I said, you're sitting and watching TV, doing hillbilly, and here I'm out, and I'm meeting people, and also because he just got laid off, and he's taking over my kitchen. I said, I could write a book just about that.
Oh, Mary. Okay, ladies.
So
Anything else?
One little question.
Mm-hmm.
So with our branding, I've just started up like my life coaching and online course, Fantail Life. But with my speaking, I should have a whole different branding for that.
Yeah, I would recommend that. Some people tie it together. I would recommend you keep it separate because your coaching could take off and you might want to let that go. Set it as an ongoing concern and keep your personal brand personal.
I gotta share this with you all because I see patients in a naturopathic setting, and so I asked them to describe me. They said, it's like a running theme. They said compassion. So now they hear me talking about inner healing and all that, which I don't do with them. So they ask me, how much are you going to charge me for a session? I said, I can't do that yet. I'm not certified. I'm not, So I keep saying, you're just going to have to listen to my talk or buy my book. That's all. So you're right. You should separate.
Yeah, keep them separate.
Because eventually I gotta shut the door, retire from this.
Take it easy.
And when you said the brand, the IP, intellectual property, you really got me thinking now. It's like you shouldn't start something until you finish. Watch how that's gonna end. Like Alex says, he said, start from the end back to the beginning. Yes. I think he said that, something like that.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense now. Because otherwise it's like it can scatter into many things.
Yeah. Interesting time.
Yeah, I learned some lessons. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Have a fantastic weekend. What's left?
See all of you.
And I will share all these replays. I've actually
had
an idea that I'll probably create a page on the website where I just post everything. Then it's easier for you guys to access.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost coming to the end of the 5 weeks, the APP.
Yes, I need to reassign.
You're going to reassign? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to post that.
It was going very well.
Everybody's loving the accountability partnership. I think it's great because you just check in with somebody. And the reason why Alex said we need to shift so that you get to know someone else. Because as we go through the program, don't get too attached to one person because other people can show you other parts of yourself that you don't see. Right. So the more accountability partners you can get while we go through this process, the better. But it's working like a charm. It's really good.
So Getty,
what
was your formula for putting the individuals together that you did?
Time zone?
I tried the time zone thing and it didn't quite work. And I called Alex and he said, forget about the time zones. He said, just match them up randomly. So there was no rhyme or reason. I've got Helen talking to Timbani in Zimbabwe. They're waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to connect. That's how committed people are. Because I was talking to Helen yesterday and I said, how are you finding it? Are you not having to wake up too early? She's like, I'm loving it. She says, I look forward to setting my alarm. So it was just random. Why do you ask?
Well, because 2 reasons. I have Jennifer, and I saw Jennifer in our first couple of 2 Zooms, and when Alex mentioned it, intuition told me that she would be my partner.
Oh, are you serious?
I had no doubt about it, that she would be my partner. That's why I was wondering, and then when you came across Jennifer, I just screamed, and we were talking, and she said, I knew you would be my partner. I said, why? She said, Spirit told me.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that magical?
So that's why I was wondering, did you have a formula? It's amazing.
No
and we are.
I'm not going to take any credit for that.
The universe is the formula.
Well, absolutely. It is. And I know that my next and my next and my next partner would be the same, but I just knew that it would be her.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, well, I was putting my intuition and all of that aside. I thought maybe our line of work, because, you know, I work with young women and, you know, she worked with children. I thought maybe that was, I thought that may have had something to do with it.
I wish I could tell you something else, but no. I left it to the universe to guide me.
It is what it is, huh?
But do you know,
it's working out really well.
For your own businesses going forwards, because I said to Alex, I'm getting overwhelmed. I have so many people needing my attention and I'm not coping. And he said, pair them up. It took a whole lot of pressure off me to support each of you one-on-one on a daily basis. So as you're building your coaching businesses, use this. It's a fantastic model for somebody to be able to check in with someone else. And it's 10 minutes a day. It's not a big ask.
And, you know, I will say this. I have a group of young women that I'm coaching right now. It's only 10. And we have incorporated the accountability partnership.
Right.
And they are really, really loving it. And I have one young lady who suffered from severe depression. And I mean, when she do these 5 questions, it's almost like having a one-on-one session with her. And by answering and asking the questions, I can see how it's really helping pulling her from out of this deep, deep depression. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
It is really amazing. Yeah.
That is awesome.
And it is awesome. And I mean, I'm looking at it, it's probably having a totally different impact and an effect with these girls than what it is with us and, you know, her story.
Yes.
So this thing, it has, how would I would say, it's just no one solid core way of using these 5 questions.
Yeah.
It's for whatever is needed in that moment.
Yes.
So it's moment by moment when they ask these questions.
Moment,
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, that is so nice to hear. I'll let Alex know. He's really given us a tool.
Absolutely.
Hey, we all have to go. I have to go and catch a plane back to Wellington. I came to see my boys. It was their birthdays this weekend. So if you don't know, my 3 children are born a day apart. My daughter's born on the 16th, one son on the 17th, the other one on the 18th. My daughter-in-law, so my oldest son got engaged last week, and her birthday's on the 15th. So I have these 4 individuals.
Congratulations.
All born in September, a day apart. Just so crazy.
Wow.
I'm going back home now. So you guys have a good day and we will reconnect. I'll be back online same time tomorrow. Feel free to join us if you are up to it. All righty. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.